Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good
Good
morning.
morning, ma'am.
Today we have to revise Travels of Ravina Aunty.
Maybe 90. Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay. So, what was the story of Travels of Ravina Aunty telling us? What is the story about?
Travels of Ravina Aunty.
What is the story about?
Travels of Ravina Aunty.
Huh?
Travels of Ravina Aunty and two girls.
Oh, okay. Tell me the story. Yes. No one. Yes, Nora.
Preeti and Priya had an auntie called Ravina Aunty. When Ravina Aunty comes from traveling, she tells the stories about where she visits to Preeti and Priya. She was in the desert. She traveled in a camel as cars would stop in the sand. Before that, they was in the mountain. In the desert, it was a day in the day hot and in the night cold. Before that, they was in the mountain. Before that, they was in the mountain. They started to click the mountain lions photographs. For that, they set up a lookout point and covered it with leaves and branches. So the lion thinks there is no one else. So Ravina and his photographer can click few pictures. The lion ran away, hearing some sound. What is story? Said Preeti and Priya. Preeti said, I am going to travel. Priya also said.
Okay, very good. Yes. So the story Travels of Ravina Aunty is about two girls, Priya and Preeti, who are very excited about their aunt coming to visit them. This aunt is working for a magazine and she travels a lot. So every time she travels to some place, she comes back and tells them the story, which is very interesting. So this time when she came, she said she had visited a desert. She had gone there with her friend who was a photographer to click pictures of the sunset and sunrise. So she also tells us that the weather in the desert was hot in the morning and cold at night, and they had to travel on camels in the desert as the tire of the cars would get stuck in the sand. And before she went to the desert, she went to the mountains again with the friend of hers to click pictures of a mountain lion. And there the weather was very cold and windy, but it was not snowing. And they set up a lookout point to click pictures of the mountain lion over there, and they had to wait for long for the lion to come. But they were able to click only a few pictures because before that, in the meantime, the lion ran away hearing some noise. Okay, so the girls become very excited listening to these stories and tell Ravina Aunty that they also want to travel when they grow up. Okay. Yes or no? Yes. Okay, now we will revise the question answers of the textbook first. Why were the girls excited to meet Ravina Aunty? Anamika.
Ravina Aunty was their favorite aunt. She used to tell them many interesting tales.
Okay, Ravina Aunty was their favorite aunt. She had many interesting tales to tell them. What did Ravina auntie's friend want to do in the desert?
Ravina and his friend.
What did Ravina? Yes, Agnes.
Ravina and his friend wanted to click photographs of rising and setting sun.
Yes, Ravina auntie's friend wanted
Thank
to
you,
take
ma'am.
pictures of the rising and setting sun. Yes. How was the weather in the mountains? Yes, Pranav?
It was very cold.
Hmm.
It it was not raining.
Raining. How was the weather in the mountains? Yes, Rex.
It was very cold
Hmm.
with a lot of wind.
Hmm.
It was not snowing.
It was not snowing. Yes, it was very hot with a lot of wind. Sorry, it was very cold with a lot of wind and it was not snowing. What did Ravina auntie and her friend do to take photos of a mountain lion? Yes, Risa?
They set up a lookout point and covered with leaves and branches.
Okay, they set up a lookout point and covered it with leaves and branches. Okay. Now please take out your rough book.
Ma'am, take.
Why was Ravina auntie their favorite? Yes, Janita,
Finish.
why was Ravina auntie their favorite? Where is Janita?
Ma'am,
Why was Ravina auntie their favorite?
Ravina Andy
Hmm.
was their favorite and because
Hmm.
she tell many interesting tales.
She used to travel a lot and tell them interesting tales. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Finished, everyone? What is a lookout point? What is a lookout point?
Safe place to watch something.
Okay, safe place to watch something. Yes.
One second one.
Ravina, Aunty, in your own words. Emmanuel, can you please mute your audio? Describe Ravina, Aunty, in your own words.
Ravina Aunty worked for a magazine and traveled a lot.
What else do you know about Ravina, Aunty? What kind of a person was she?
Ma'am, I can tell. Niharika.
Ravina, Aunty was a yeah. Yes, Rex.
Ravina Aunty worked for a magazine.
Okay, that is what Pranav also said. She works for a magazine. Yes, Risa.
She worked for a magazine and she traveled a lot.
That's the same thing which Pranav also said. Anything else you would like to add? Yes,
She
Arafin.
tells interesting stories.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Ravina auntie is very friendly. That's what I wanted. Ravina auntie is very friendly. She works for a magazine and travels a lot. No problem. If you write she works for a magazine and travels a lot, also it's okay. Okay, next question. Ravina auntie works for a magazine. Write the meaning of the underlined word. Finished?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes. What is magazine?
A book with
Book with
articles
articles
and
and pictures.
articles and
Pictures.
And pictures.
pictures.
Okay. Who is that? Making this noise. Emmanuel, I told you keep your audio muted. After time, your video is also off and audio is disturbing. Okay, you have two parts to this question. Which are the different places Ravina auntie traveled to? How was the weather different in both the places? Okay, it is one question, it has two parts. Which are the different places Ravina auntie traveled to, and how was the weather different in both the places? Please think and answer. Right. Yes, anybody has finished?
And you can show the board.
Yeah. Yes, Aryan, what is the answer?
Ravinanji travels to desert and
Ah,
travels to mountain.
ah. How is the weather different in both the places?
Desert was hot
Hmm.
and mountain was cold.
Yeah. Yes, Nora.
Ravina auntie travels in desert and mountain.
To the desert and the mountain.
In the desert and the mountain.
Hmm.
In desert, it was hot in the day
Ah,
and cold at night.
ah,
In the mountain,
ah.
was very cold with a lot of wind.
Okay, very good. So Ravina auntie traveled to the desert and the mountains. In the desert, it was hot in the morning and cold at night. And in the mountains, it was very cold with a lot of wind. Very good. All of you have written this answer? Yes. Okay, good. So with that, we complete travels of Ravina Aunty also. Okay, now we have one more chapter left, riding my bicycle. And we have one more class left. That is next week. Okay, next Wednesday, we will do riding my bicycle and I will give you a short test also. Okay, so we will do quick revision of riding my bicycle next Wednesday and a small test on all the chapters. So please be prepared.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am,
Okay,
in the
thank
link.
you.
Ma'am, in the link.
Bye-bye. Yes,
Bye-bye.
Janita.
Bye bye.
Something?
In the link, ma'am, all chapters.
Not link. It will be a written
Okay,
test.
right. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, ma'am.
Thank
you,
you,
ma'am.
ma'am. Bye.
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 See you. Have a nice day, ma'am.